I'm currently working alongside your father, as well as several other senior detectives from the NPA. Now, if I understand you correctly and I take you to Task Force headquarters, you'll help us with the investigation.
Does this guy have a death wish? I don't understand. What's he thinking?
Yes?
RYUZAKI, I have some bad news.
Light, your father is...
Light, it's your...
My father, he had a heart attack.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Season 1, episode 10. Suspicious. I need to know why
This is called doubt.
If you didn't cut me off, you would have known where I was going with it.
Oh. Well, you said episode 10, suspicious. And normally you say episode whatever and then the title of the episode. So pardon me if I was confused by your wording.
All right. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Season 1, episode 10. Suspicious. That boy L name dropped on Light. I need to know why he chose this moment to do it. However, it looks like whatever he has planned is working because Light is unraveling before our very eyes. We're only 10 episodes in, and I think there's 37 in this season, so still have a long way to go with these two and the back and forths. It's a nice little chess match, but let's get into it. Doubt.
I have to admit, I was surprised, Ryuga. I never thought you'd ask me to play tennis as a way to get to know each other.
Is it a problem for you?
Not at all. But when you first invited me to play, did you know how good I was?
Yes. I'll be fine, though. It's been a while, but at one time I was actually the British junior champion.
He doesn't have a
If
British
I ask
accent.
him if he's British, would he think I'm trying to find out more about him because I'm Kira? Oh well, can't hurt to try. Ryuga, were you raised in the UK?
I lived in England for about 5 years when I was younger, but save your breath. Nothing in that story would reveal Elle's true identity.
Oh, is that so?
Well, since it's our first match, why don't we just play a single set? First one to 6?
That's fine by me.
I never took him as the athletic type, did you?
Well, his posture is that of a
This is
shrimp.
just a friendly game of tennis, nothing more. In and of itself, it won't determine if Light is Kira, but I know Kira hates to lose. Hey! Ah! 15 love.
Whoa, Ryuga, you sure don't mess around.
He who strikes first wins.
What do you mean
Okay,
you're
that's
not
not
at
the turn I
liberty to
thought that would
say?
take.
I'm very sorry, sir. We're under orders from L not to discuss the case with anyone, including you.
I'm not asking for details here, just what you're doing and where.
I'm very sorry,
That
sir.
sounds like details.
You know, Yagami, it's been 4 months since this case came to the public's attention and they want results. People are saying that the NPA is incompetent, that L is incompetent.
With all due respect, sir, the rest of the department runs away with their tails between their legs and we're incompetent? Do you have any idea how many people are left at Task Force headquarters these days? If you're concerned with public opinion, then you'll want to suppress the fact that most of our detectives would rather let a serial killer roam free than risk their lives.
Facts.
Please excuse me.
If you have such a big
Yagami.
problem,
What about this L character? Can he be trusted?
far more than you.
In my opinion, he's a lot more capable than we are. Right now, even as we speak, he's risking his life.
You in a game with tennis?
Are these two really amateurs? Who are they anyway?
I think their names are Light Yagami and Hideki Ryuga. These are the same two guys who scored perfect on the exam.
the nerds are
Relax,
guys.
Light. While it's true
well-
that Kira hates losing, it's also true
When
that
I
most
see a
people
tennis
rather
player,
win
I
than
don't really
lose.
go,
It's human
wow.
nature.
Okay.
Wow, striking male
think I'm
athlete.
kidding if I go
I
for
know
the
it's
win?
difficult, but
I
I'm
suppose
talking
I
about
could just lose
when
on
you see
purpose,
men in
but if I do,
sports,
it
you
could
think,
work
I don't know,
against me. Since he'd
football,
expect Kira to want to
hockey,
win, he might also expect
things
me
like
to
that.
throw
When
the
you
match
see
to
tennis,
avoid
they're usually
suspicion.
rather small, slim. You
I
have
don't
to
see
be able
any
to
way
move a
that he
lot,
can
right?
profile me based on a
Hockey
tennis
sucks.
match.
Yeah, but they
I have to assume he has some other goal in mind.
But I'm just saying, like, I realize that tennis is a very strenuous and difficult
Not going to
sport.
let
That's not
him-
what I'm saying. I'm just saying, when you think of males in sports, tennis is never the first sport that comes to mind. Women
Look at that.
in tennis comes to
He's
mind.
going for the win.
That's all I'm saying.
That's 4 games all.
True.
Light Yagami to serve.
Like, if I wanted to show off to
just
someone, I
like
wouldn't
that,
say,
we've got an
my man's
umpire
a
and a
tennis
line
player.
judge.
Like,
Oh,
you'd be like,
easy.
okay,
You won't
cool.
believe this. I thought I'd heard the name Light Yagami somewhere before, so I checked. He was the 0203 junior high tennis champion. Apparently, during the third-year awards ceremony, he announced that he was hanging up his racket, and I guess he hasn't played competitively since.
Hey, what about my Ryuga? Don't tell me you haven't noticed him holding his own against this former junior high champ.
I can see the wheels turning, Light Yagami. I'm already in your head.
There's no way this tennis match will deepen our friendship. This is a token gesture, an elaborate act we'll go through so we can say we're closer.
Because I wanted to play tennis with you, you'll assume that I'm preparing to take a step closer, laying the groundwork to get to know you better.
And then you're going to try and trap me by getting me to say something that only Kira would know.
However, I'm sure you'll tell me you need to know if you can trust me first. And of course, the only way to win your trust will be to share what I know about Kira.
If you want me to discuss Kira with you, it only makes sense that I'd want to ask for proof that you are in charge of the investigation, and more importantly, that you are really ill as you say you are.
So it goes without saying that the first thing you're going to want from me is...
some kind of confirmation from a third party that you really are L, which means
we'll have to go to Task Force headquarters.
in all things, one cannot win with defense alone. To win, you must attack!
Nice. Listen, I'm still Team
Game
Light.
and
I'm still
set.
Team Light. You know
Won
he
by
crazy.
Light Yagami.
I'm Team
6
Light for
games to
now.
4.
But like the mental gymnastics between these
Just
two.
as
is
I
crazy.
expected. You beat me.
It's been a while since I had to play that hard. I'm feeling kind of thirsty. Plus, there's something I wanted to ask you about. You want to go somewhere for a drink?
You humored me with the tennis match. The least I can do is answer some of your questions. But before this conversation goes any further, there's something I must tell you.
What's that?
I suspect that you, Light Yagami, are in fact Kira. Now, if you still want to ask me something, then please go ahead.
He trapped you again.
You think I'm Kira?
Well, when I say I suspect you, it's only a 1% possibility.
No, it's a 5.
That aside, I don't mind telling you that once I'm sure you aren't Kira, and I can verify that your deductive skills are as strong as I think they are, I'd like nothing more than to have you work with me on this investigation.
1%, huh? That was well worded. Because no matter how little he says he suspects me, it means he has grounds to prevent me from meeting anyone on the task force. It's quite the preemptive move on his part.
He's good, bro.
Got me.
Yeah, again. Like, he just keeps spinning you in a corner.
This coffee shop is one of my favorites in the area. And if we sit here, there's no chance of anyone overhearing us.
Thanks for showing me this place. I can see why you like it.
Not to mention, we're so out of the way here, no one's gonna give you a hard time about the way you sit.
I don't sit like this because I want to. I have to sit like this. You see, if I were to sit normally, my deductive skills would immediately be reduced by roughly 40%.
What?
So, what was it you wanted to ask me?
Right. I'm sure that can wait until you're convinced that I'm not Kira. So please, let's talk about whatever you want to.
You're under no obligation to do this, but would you mind submitting yourself to a test of your deductive reasoning skills?
Sure, why not? Sounds like fun.
All right, then. We can begin by taking a look at these. Photographs of 3 notes written by prison inmates while under Kira's control just prior to their deaths. None of this information has been made public. You can take as long as you want to look them over. Please let me know what you think.
Very interesting. Come on, this is child's play. There's a print number on the back of each of these photographs. If I ignored this fact and was still able to come up with the phrase, "El, do you know, gods of death love apples," What would that mean? Clearly, if I read it the way Kira intended on my first attempt, I'd only look more suspicious. But the fact that I'm able to solve this silly code isn't enough on its own to prove that I'm Kira. It would be quite amazing to learn that not only could Kira kill others, but could also control his victims' actions. I think Kira wrote these, and it seems he's encoded a message for you as well, almost as if he's mocking you. If you line these notes up side by side and take a look at the first letter of every line, it reveals a message. Rearranging it like this gives you L, do you know? Gods of death love apples. But there are obvious print numbers on the back of all these photographs. Arrange it in that order, we get L, do you know? Love apples, gods of death. That doesn't sound right. And based on that, it's hard to believe that Kira would have wanted you to read it this way.
That's incorrect. The thing is, there were actually 4 photographs. When we add this one, it reads, L, do you know? Gods of death who love apples have red hands.
It's a fake. I never made any criminal write the letter in this 4th picture. Is he stupid? But seeing as I only had 3 photographs to work with, my deduction was perfect.
No, it wasn't. The truth is, there were 4 of them. If you'd figured that out, it would have been perfect. Even though you knew the message was incomplete, you decided that there were only 3 notes. You never even considered that there might be a 4th. What do you make of that?
Damn him. This wasn't just about gauging my deductive reasoning skills. He wanted to see what my reaction would be. If I keep falling for his tricks, I'll be playing right into his hands.
He keeps slamming you, bro.
Well, you got me there. I didn't think of that. In any case, the likelihood this message will lead you to Kira is not very great. Besides, we all know gods of death don't exist.
If you were me, faced with someone who might be Kira, how would you go about establishing this person's innocence or guilt? You'd need to be absolutely sure.
I would probably try to get him to say something that was never made public in any way. Something that only Kira could know. Kinda like what you were doing just now.
Truly amazing. What's incredible is that I've asked countless detectives that same question, and it took most of them minutes to even come up with an answer. But you immediately thought of a scenario in which Kira is speaking directly to the investigator. I'm impressed. You'll make a fine detective, Light.
But it's a bit of a double-edged sword. The more impressive my answers, the more of a suspect I become.
Yes, it's about 3%.
Jesus Christ.
However, it's made me that much more determined to work with you on this investigation. You see, I'm in a position where even if you are Kira, it would still be to my benefit to have you working alongside us. Do you know why I'd say that?
If I cooperate with you, there's a chance I can help the investigation to move forward. And if I'm Kira, I might reveal myself. In other words, whether I'm Kira or not, you stand to gain either way. It's a very smart move on your part. But I think you might be getting the wrong idea. It's true that I do have an interest in the Kira case, and yes, detective work is a hobby of mine. But I know that I'm not Kira, and I certainly don't want to be killed by him. Besides, what proof have you been able to give me that you yourself aren't Kira? I mean, it hardly seems fair for just one of us to be investigated, wouldn't you say? At this point, neither of us can prove that we're not Kira. However, if you are in fact L, I don't imagine it would be that hard for you to prove it to me. I think I'd be convinced if, say, my father or someone else from the task force headquarters was able to confirm your identity. If you can't do that, then I'm afraid I just won't be able to help you.
You sure talk a lot, don't you, Light? Typical for someone who hates losing. I think that's 7%. Could it really be him?
That's crazy.
I don't remember saying you couldn't meet anyone from Task Force headquarters to verify my identity. I'm currently working alongside your father, as well as several other senior detectives from the NPA. Now, if I understand you correctly and I take you to Task Force headquarters, you'll help us with the investigation. Am I safe in making this assumption?
Does this guy have a death wish? I don't understand. What's he thinking?
Excuse me.
Oh, there goes mine.
Yes?
RYUZAKI, I have some bad news.
Light, your father is...
Light, it's your...
My father. He had a heart attack.
Well. Plot twist. If his dad dies, he not gonna kill his own daddy, so, and he was there with you, so he not Kira? That's what
He could have written in advance. This could have been his plan.
To give his dad a heart
See you
attack?
tomorrow.
Oh, I
Have
guess
him
his
call
dad's
home
alive.
if you need me to bring anything.
That would be
Light,
crazy for him.
Take care of him, okay?
Sure. So the doctors think stress was the only cause?
Yeah. To be honest, I thought it was Kira when I first collapsed, but I'll be all right. It seems I've been pushing myself a bit too hard lately.
Indeed. It must have added to your stress knowing that Light is a suspect in this investigation.
You actually told my father that?
Yes. In fact, I've told him everything. It's true, he even knows that I am L.
That's correct. This man is L. To protect his identity, we on the task force refer to him as RYUZAKI. But make no mistake, it's him.
This guy is the real L. My father wouldn't lie. The very same man who's been controlling the police up to this point. If I get rid of him and the rest of the investigative team, no.
You mad?
No,
Look at your
let's face
dad.
it wouldn't be that simple. There's no need to rush. I have time to sit back and watch. But for now, I'm the Light Yagami who's worried for his father.
So,
That's it, split personality.
RYUZAKI, now that you've had the chance to talk to my son, is he cleared as a suspect?
When I say I suspect him, you should know it's very minor. We've gone over this, but I'll explain it again. Not long ago, Kira killed 12 FBI agents who'd come to Japan to assist us. They were instructed to follow people connected to the Japanese police. One of these agents, Ray Penber, exhibited unusual behavior before he died.
I understand, and I was one of the people Ray Penber was investigating before he died. It only makes sense I'd be a suspect. Nope, to be more precise, there's no one else you could suspect.
I find Light's deductive powers quite impressive. He's always quick and to the point.
Ryuga, I'd like to help with the investigation. My father has erased any doubts I might have had regarding your true identity. Also, I'd like nothing more than to catch Kira so I can prove once and for all that I'm not him.
No, Light. This is a time in your life when you should be studying to become a police officer. It won't be too late to join us once you are done.
Come on, Dad, what are you talking about? Who knows how many years that'll take? Besides, don't you remember my promise? That if something ever happened to you, I would find Kira and make sure he gets executed.
I refuse to believe that my son could turn out to be Kira.
This doesn't seem like an act to me. Or if it is, it's too cheesy.
Light, listen to me. Kira is pure evil. We can all agree on that. But recently, I've started thinking of this whole situation in a different way. What is truly evil is the power to kill people. And any person who has come to possess this kind of power is cursed. No matter how you use it, no true happiness can be obtained like that. Not by killing other people.
I think you're absolutely right. If Kira is just a normal person who somehow obtained this awful power, I would say that he's cursed.
RYUZAKI, I'm sorry for all this trouble, but I'll be back at work as soon as the doctors let me out of here.
Excuse me. Visiting hours were over 10 minutes ago.
I should look like a cat.
I thought she looked like a hamster.
Okay. Guess our brains work differently.
Ryuga, what would it take to get you to believe that I'm not Kira? Please, isn't there something?
If you aren't Kira, it won't be necessary. Let things run their course and the truth will be revealed.
I can't take this anymore. Put yourself in my position. How do you think it feels to be accused of being Kira?
It was one of the worst feelings ever.
What if you were to lock me up for a month in a place with no TV or any other kind of access to the outside world and keep a constant watch over me?
Would any normal person be willing to go to such extreme measures to clear their name?
He's already got a
That's
month's
no
worth
good.
of people
I can't
lined
do
up.
anything that would deprive you of basic human rights. And furthermore, it's complete nonsense for the investigator to take suggestions from his suspect.
I understand.
Don't worry so much. Be patient. It'll become apparent to us if you're not Kira. And listening to that conversation between you and your father, I was almost convinced you might not be him. Light, please take good care of Mr. Yagami.
Oh, one more thing. I know I agreed to help with the investigation, but I don't think I'll be able to do much until my father is healthy again.
Yes, of course. Well then,
You want to set up a 3-month killing spree?
Ryuga. Ryuzaki. He's the L I've been fighting this whole time. But what is his real name?
Light Yagami. Are you not Kira?
Ryuk. Huh? I never once felt cursed since I picked up the Death Note. In fact, the thought never even crossed my mind. I'm happier than I've ever been, all thanks to this power. I'm going to create a perfect world.
Honestly, I could care less whether you feel cursed or happy to have a notebook. I leave that sentimental crap to you humans. But normally humans who come into contact with the Shinigami have nothing but misfortune.
Hey, man.
That's interesting. But I have no intentions of repeating that pattern.
Well, I hope you're right about that.
What is this crap? Don't tell me this is your idea of a proposal!
We've never seen.
Listen, you people must think that just mentioning Kira's name is enough to get us the ratings we need, huh? Well, you're wrong! Our program gets the ratings because we cover the stories that the other stations won't touch. If it bleeds, it leads. What I need is a good freaking story, not this crap! Now get out there and find me a story!
But the police won't talk, sir. It's been impossible to get details from them lately.
Idiot! I don't pay you to complain. If they won't give you anything, then get creative!
Mr. Dimagawa, sir, this is for you.
What is it? So who is this from? Huh? Now this is more like it. This is what I call a story. It's almost too good to be true. A message to the world from Kira. If you do not broadcast these tapes, I will kill your company's board of directors one by one. Who wouldn't air these? If this is for real, our ratings are gonna go through the roof. Holy crap! I'm so excited I feel like I'm having a heart attack here.
What the hell? Okay, she's getting crazy. Definitely didn't expect this twist. Ladies and gents, leave me your thoughts in the comments. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.